My name is Seth Davidson. I'm a member of SteppingStones program. I'm sitting here with Stephen Marshall. My first question is if you could briefly describe your life before your brain injury, beginning with maybe your employment or your social life, family life, and how you were emotionally before your accident.
When I was young, I was a nice person, and then once I got up to like 12 or 13, I became more tough. But when I turned 15, I had a son. Being 15 years old was early, very, very early. So it was a hard time for a long time until I did have the accident. But before then, I did work a lot, and I worked at Canopy State Park like 4 years, and that's fun. And I don't know what the hell to say.
That's okay. Did you have a lot of friends? Did you get along with your family?
Yeah, I did. I had friends when I was young, but when I was young, that's when you have problems with your family, just because you're trying to be cool or whichever, and not spend so much time with your parents. You just want to hang out with friends and, things like that. So,
how were you emotionally then, before your accident?
I wasn't a happy person. After I had my son at 15, I was really upset at myself having a son when I was a kid. And so I went from being happy to feeling horrible. But it was actually before, when I had my son, but it became harder.
Very good. Can you describe your injury? How long ago did it happen, and what happened?
My injury was in Utah, New Hampshire, Utah, America. I was living in Colorado. I moved there, not feeling well with anything, and I had problems. And so when I moved there, I was just there to spend time with friends and to feel better, but it didn't help. I kept thinking to myself to move back home, but I did not have any money. I was working at a pizza place, but after I went home for Christmas, and then once I came back, I never showed up again. So when I was there, I was living in my car during January, February. So it was cold, but I finally, at the pizza place where I was working, this is one of the words, I don't know, but I was kind of in charge, whatever.
A supervisor?
Yes, Yes, I was. I've been there since I was very young. I'm like my father, a good worker, so. But, what was it?
The question was, can you describe your injury?
Yeah.
How long ago did it happen, and what did happen to you? What kind of injury was it?
I was living in Colorado, and three other friends and we decided to go to California to see fish, which I never did really like, but to go see fish, and we saw that in California, and then we went to Las Vegas because they were playing there again, and I went to that and saw them, and then that night we decided to drive from Las Vegas back to where we were living in Colorado. So it was we were driving, and then me and a couple other friends, the other people in the car, decided that we wanted to pull over and go to sleep. We were so very tired, and but one person who I never did like too much said that he would drive and we could go to sleep, and so we did. We were in a Volvo, and I had my dog with me, and I wasn't wearing a, what's that called?
Seatbelt.
Yeah, I wasn't wearing that, and went in the way back of a Volvo. What's that called? Like way, yeah, and I laid down there, and in Utah, the person fell asleep, and the car fell off and pulled over. There was a car right behind us, and they saw it, and they said it was 6 or 7 times, and I was thrown out of the car, and as were my dog, and I broke everything, and I, oh, damn it, and I was in a, what's that called? Yeah, a coma, and I was in a coma, and I was there for a week. Go ahead.
I hate to ask this question, but did anybody die in that auto accident, or did everybody live?
Yeah, everyone did live. My best friend of my life, it was his car. He owned a car, but he wasn't driving, and he was really, really bad. They thought that he would die harder than me. They both thought that me and Dan may die, but he was even more worried about. The next day, he did live, and he did wake up the next day, and he was not in a coma anymore, which is awesome for him.
How long were you in the coma for?
I was there for a week. Yeah, a week, and then I woke up.
Was the dog hurt in the crash?
The dog, yeah, she hit her head, and but after it happened, she was afraid of other people coming, and she was staying with me, but once other people came, she ran. And she was just a baby, or very young. And so she took off, but they did find her. And my sister, that's what she does for work, is she takes care of dogs, and she teaches dogs. And so as soon as she found out of my accident, she got my dog for me, which was so awesome. So yeah.
Wasn't Thunderdog, was it?
No, it wasn't Thunder. My dog actually, my sister had 2 babies, and one of them is 3. And she is in love with Bayla, is her name, and she told me I could have my dog back, and I watched, and the dog is so beautifully nice to young babies, so that's why I said to her, because she did get my dog and paid a lot of money and took care of the dog and grew the dog up, so I offered her, I just told her to take it, because she does that with work, but she's so great with the dog, so.
What was your rehab like?
Rehabilitation.
Quit showing off.
That's a face. I was at the hospital for 2 months. Once I came home, I had to stay in for a week, and then I finally did move back with my parents, and I went there right at first for about 6 months, 5 times a week, just to go there, and they wanted to find out who I was and what I could do and what I couldn't, and they learned to realize that I have called aphasia. I don't know a lot of hard words. Like, what was that called? Coma? Yeah, I was in a coma, but it was hard. I don't know the name coma until I ask someone. That's the aphasia.
As far as physical therapy, did you go somewhere for physical therapy? Yes I did, and they all said it was completely fine, and after I moved back home, about 5 months after, I started to run, and I was a crazy runner. I ran between 10, 15, 20 miles each day,
and it gave me something to do and to think about. And so that's one thing that no one understood. It was so great that I got into this huge accident, but then 6 months later I started to run, and for a month I couldn't walk at all. So it's just I got lucky.
That's incredible.
Thank you.
How has your life been affected since your injury, like your family life and your social life? How is it different now than it was then?
It's even better being with my family. I'm a nicer person than who I used to be, because I realized that my family are the most important people, not my old friends, not people who I think were cool or whichever. It was my family who cared about me, and they wanted everything with me and did everything with me. And so I am different, and I try to be as nice to my family as I can. With other friends,
yeah.
After I came home, I didn't want friends. I felt stupid because I have the aphasia and I don't know how to say words. And when I first got hurt, it was very, very, very much harder. I did not able to talk very well at all, and so I felt dumb being with other friends, and so I did not want to go and see people. I just would rather spend time with my family who actually care about me. So,
how about financially now compared to
money?
Yes.
Oh, it's hard because I can't work. I have seizures, so it's hard. And what's it called that you get each month?
Did Social Security help you out?
Yeah, I get that from that. Yeah. And each month, and it's not much at all, and I actually has to pay for cell phone and things, but it helps, and hopefully I can not have seizures so I can get a job and make more money.
How about your beliefs?
What's this?
God.
It took about 6 months until my sister tried to bring me, until I finally realized that my God, He has saved my life. He is the best person ever in the world, and it is someone that I can talk with the absolute best, and for many different reasons that I don't like to talk to people too much about not knowing words, but when I'm with my God, my Lord, He doesn't matter. He understands. I talk with just myself. I don't even talk sometimes. You're just thinking, and He knows exactly what I'm thinking, and He saved me, and I love Him so much, and I go to church every week, and He's the absolute. He loves me, and I love Him, and that's all that I really need to know.
Did you go to church before your accident?
No, I did. I was young, and just. No, I didn't.
Did you even believe in God before your accident?
I would think I do. I don't really remember too well, but spending... I would think that I did, but I'm not really completely sure. But I wasn't thinking about it, I don't think. I was just a not happy person. So.
How do you feel emotionally now compared to before your accident?
I don't know
do you find yourself with more emotion? When you're sad, you're sadder. When you're happy, you're happier. When you're angry, you're angrier. Do you feel more emotion now, or would you think that you feel less emotion since your accident?
I am much more happy because I realized that I am alive. And so many things that I always wanted before is not what I need. I need to be happy and to be with my family, and this is all that you need, is just with some people that you care and that care you, and that is really I lost it. That's really all I need. I kind of lost it.
No, you did fine. You answered the question. Okay. Thank you. The biggest thing that has changed for you after your accident compared to before your accident?
I used to drink too much. I was not happy, so I would drink. It would help me feel better, or whichever it is, but now I do not at all. And I don't want it because I don't want to be an old drinker like I used to. But I also will not drink because drinking beer is part of having a problem or a seizure problem with a seizure. So I don't want to drink at all. I don't want to. It doesn't bother me at all. It's one for two reasons. I'm not a big drinker person anymore, and I'm not drinking because I don't want to have a seizure again. So
that makes perfect sense. Yeah.
Thank you.
No problem. What have been your biggest communication challenges in interacting with family or with friends? Easy or difficult?
Now? Or
now. After your accident compared to before?
It's mostly easy with my family. They have gotten used to me knowing words, and it's nice because all they'll do is, they teach me as I'm a normal person to them. They'll just be like, oh, no, you actually go and you hit the ball, and, if I didn't know, hitting the ball, but they show it to me, and it's nice because they talk to me like it's completely normal, and I've become very used to it, and as of they. Other friends I don't like to talk to.
Why?
Because if most people, the aphasia was made in 1970s, and so not many people understand what that is at all. And so when I say aphasia, they go, "What in the heck is that?" And I try to understand what it is, but with the aphasia, you have a hard time understanding people because of the aphasia. So I just don't like to tell people. I don't like to talk with other people. When I am with just one other person, or two at the most, this is when I can talk about it, or just to talk to them as a normal person. I do like, when I talk to another person, I like to just tell them quickly about what it is, and then act with myself to them that I am a normal person. But problem is once people find out an accident, or they think that, or I'm always scared that people think I'm dumb, but I'm not. But they just don't understand about the aphasia and things. So is that good?
So it's more difficult to talk to people than before your accident?
Yeah, it is. I was very a strong person about myself back then. I was strong with the way I was, but not anymore. So talking with other people, I'd just rather not talk with them unless it's someone that the reason I'm talking with them is a good reason. So
when you speak to people now, does it make you angry or sad or happy? Sometimes
it does. Sometimes when I need to just ask someone a quick question, and a lot of times when I, let's say if I wanted to go to McDonald's and I were to say, want to go to McDoggy or something, and they would go, what do you mean? That would upset me, especially when someone doesn't understand the aphasia, because I'm always afraid that people would think I'm not smart at all. And so I try to just, it really does upset me, and most time when I'm with family or people understand, it doesn't bother me, unless everyone gets into upset moods. So it goes mostly no, but sometimes it does.
I'm sure.
Does it make you nervous to talk to people that you don't know? Like like if you were to go to like McDonald's or something and like order something, would you be like nervous that you wouldn't be able to?
Not really. Some days it does. Depends on the people, what type of people they are. That's important, is the type of people. But not really. If you just walk in and go ask for something on McDonald's and you say, "Can I have this with, I don't know, that thing that you make with hot dogs," or whichever it would be, it doesn't really bother me, because sometimes, but with this person, I'm never going to see him again. Who cares? That's the way I used to, or I still do. Just, oh well, it's okay. Yeah.
There's something that you told me that when I first started here, and that's not to be afraid of being me.
Yeah.
And you've shown me that, and we've gone out, and I've seen, how you react in front of people and stuff like that, and it really has helped me a lot as far as me being out in public and talking to people.
Well, that's really good.
And I understand, how you feel, because I feel the same way. But thank you for helping me.
Well, thank you for hanging out with me. That is the best thing, is people here at Stepping Stone. They're people who just, they understand, but it's normal. They're like, oh, whatever. Oh, just, you don't have to worry about it at all. So when I'm with you, I don't even think about it. I don't have to think about it. I just talk to him normal ways, and then if I don't know something, I don't even think about it. I may have to ask him for something that would help me, or just a word, but I wouldn't remember it. It's just I don't have to worry about it absolutely at all. And people here in SteppingStone, they care about you, and it helps me with other people too, because we all just want, we just understand, and we're used to it. Yeah.
What are some of the goals that you have for yourself at this point in your life?
I would love to be able to drive. I was able to drive about 6 months ago, but I had a seizure about 2 months ago, so now I'm not allowed to drive. So now what I want to do is live in a place close to a place where I can walk to go get a job, or walk to go and get food, things like that. And I also walk all the time with my dog, so it's sorry.
Don't be. It's goals that you have that you would like to accomplish.
Yeah, I would, and
maybe getting back to work.
Yeah, getting back to work, and then can I be funny here?
Absolutely.
I'd love to find a girlfriend. That would be an absolute best thing. It's been 2 years 2.5 years since my accident, and that's one problem with me, is that that's one thing I can't do, is go over and ask a girl to go out or things like that, because
Is it a confidence thing?
Yeah, exactly. I'm not, I gotta be strong with myself, but it's hard. It's hard because of the way that, with family it's easy, but when you go with friends, that's the part where it becomes more hard. So if I were to go and ask somebody, it would make me very worried and things. So,
what are the steps that you're taking to achieve your goals? One thing that we talked about before was you wanted to get your license back.
Yeah.
That would make it easier to not only go to the grocery store, but to go to work.
Yeah. That's one of the most things I want to be able to drive. But, what else? What were you just saying? The other things? I'm sorry.
That's funny. People with head injuries interviewing each other. Just what steps you're taking to achieve your goals, the goals that you have and the steps you're taking to achieve those goals.
Like earlier we were talking about how like you don't drink because that would make you have seizures, and seizures make it so you can't drive.
Yeah.
So maybe like that kind of thing, like steps like that you're taking to kind of make it so that you would be able to
drive,
do the things that you want to do.
Yeah, and I should do that for other reasons too. When I get upset with something, tell them that I don't like this, or I feel that this is not well, but that is one thing, is that when I do have a problem, if I get upset and I go to tell someone that I don't like it, I don't do it too often. Unless it's with a friend or people in SteppingStone, I just walk away. Because trying to explain the reason I don't like things is hard when you don't know words to explain. So, just walk away.
That must be incredibly frustrating.
Yeah, it is, but you just have to understand it and get used to it, because that's who you are. I do try to be, I'm always talking to myself about being stronger, and if you don't like something, go and tell someone, but it's hard to do. So,
how has SteppingStones influenced your life? How has SteppingStone helped you as far as recovery?
It is the absolute most best thing ever. When I first came home from my accident, I went a couple times, but I didn't want to. I was not ready to talking with people at all. I wouldn't talk with anyone. But now that I've come and I spent more time with them, I would be so sad if I didn't get to come one day. I love being here because, one, it makes me feel that I am talking with a normal person, but it also helps me, if someone else is upset, I can talk to them about it, and and I could help a person feel better. But doing things here is you have different challenges. No. You can do, there'll be, there'll be different, there'll be different types of things that you can do. You have to do a certain type that they have, but then, you go there and you do it. But when you're with one of your best friends here, which is everyone, then everyone that is there, we all have a good time and be with each other, but everyone there thinks they all want to just
It's okay, take your time.
Yeah. They just want to. We're normal people. Inside, we are normal people. I feel that I am never a normal person, even with my family. But that's a way because they like me more. But when I'm with other people, it's not. But when I'm here with SteppingStone, I'm a lot nicer person. But I'm a normal person with them. We all have problems. An accident or a stroke, but when we're with each other, everyone there completely understands how it happens. But you just go, oh, okay, but then just talk normal, and that is part of the best reason of coming, because everyone there just
acceptance.
Yeah.
Like they understand and you understand, and so you're all kind of on the same playing field.
Yeah, and then if we all feel the same way, then we don't even think about it. We just, oh, okay, oh, yeah, it's
not like here. I'm not trying to put words in your mouth, but maybe like you're not like all like stereotyped, where other people might see you as like and kind of have perceived thoughts. Like here, nobody has like a
we all
like, nobody thinks before. It's just who you are.
Yeah. He told me about the timer, that guy.
Thank you, Steve.
No problem. Thank you very much.
I always enjoy talking with you, and one of the best things that I've got out of the SteppingStones program is a very good friend named Steven, and I'm very, very thankful that SteppingStones gave me the gift of friendship.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Steven.
Unbelievable.